Hello everyone, we are now on week 9 of the subject, and what I would like to talk about is another theory in ethics we call natural law theory. So we have discussed already what is a law, but for the sake of this topic we will define what law is. Here, law is understood as rule of conduct which governs, directs, or regulates the free acts of man. So when we speak of natural law, it refers to a theory in ethics that says that human beings possess intrinsic values that govern our reasoning and behavior. It maintains that these rules of right and wrong are inherent in people and are not created by society or judges. And when we speak here of laws of nature, it does not refer to what science aims to describe. Okay? Let us begin by understanding the natural law. So, natural law holds that there are universal moral standards that are inherent in humankind throughout all time, and these standards should form the basis of a just society. So what does this mean? It means that there is a law that is true to everyone. There is a standard, a universal standard that is true to everyone. No one is exempted from this law because it is inherent in humankind. Okay, so as a human beings, we are not really taught the natural law per se, but how are we going to discern it? It is by constantly making choices for good instead of evil. So by the use of our reason can recognize these laws. Okay, so here in this theory, those actions in conformity and support of natural laws are morally correct. In other words, what is consistent with the natural law is right, and what is not in keeping with the natural law is wrong. Okay? What is the difference between natural law and positive law? The theory of natural law believes that our civil laws should be based on morality, ethics, and what is inherently correct. Okay? By the way, some schools of thought believe that the natural law is passed to human being via a divine presence. So when we speak of natural law, it is a law that is made by God, while positive law, these are man-made laws. So when we speak of positive law, they should suppose to be the laws that are promulgated by society. We call positive law should reflect what is said in the natural law for this law to be really morally upright and ethically acceptable. Okay, so what are the examples of positive law? Like for example, we have here in Davao City, we have speed limit. There are certain ordinances like you are not allowed to smoke in public because that will also affect the lives of other people. So in other words, this natural law is really to preserve one's life. So the laws made by human beings should reflect in the natural law. So these are the difference between the two. Here are the specific examples of natural law. So number one, a well-accepted example of natural law in our society is that it is wrong for one person to kill another person. So as I have said, this is also found in the Ten Commandments of our Christian belief. You shall not kill. So the fifth commandment is you shall not kill. So even if you do not are not a Christian, but by your reason, human reason, you can discern that to kill another person is an evidence of the guilt that human beings felt when there is evil that happens to one's human nature, to one's human being, or to whatever that goes against nature. Another example of natural law is, for example, to eat too much or too little and place life in jeopardy is morally wrong, because as I have said, it is really to preserve our life, to protect our life, to somehow continue the offspring, so to educate other people. These are natural laws that are supposed to be inherently part of human being because of our nature as a human being. Okay, at this point, let us talk about the examples of natural law in philosophy and religion. Here, the point here is how the interpretations or the understanding of natural law according to philosophers and those who are theologians who study about natural law. So let's begin with the Stoics, because the belief that ethics or morality must be grounded on nature is possibly the oldest in the history of philosophical thought. No? So the concept of natural law first appeared among the Stoics. So that's why I first present you the Stoics. No? So the Stoics believe that human beings have within them a divine spark. No? So when we speak of divine spark, the rational seed, or this enables them to discover the essential eternal laws that govern the whole cosmos, that are necessary in the attainment of individual happiness and social harmony. So here, the Stoics equated nature with law and reason, and thought that what was important was to live a life according to nature, and this is, for them, they call it wisdom. So the recognition that everything happens according to a certain law and necessity. So as a wise person, you know the things that must be as they are, and achieves happiness and a sense of purpose by learning how to accept the necessities of things and events.